It's quite a common thought that what you put out in this universe is what you get. So if you walk around and you're angry, you're likely to attract an angry person. If you are quite a toxic person, you're probably inclined to get into a toxic relationship with someone else, whatever you do. I've always seen this be quite true. When I'm in good spirits, happy, it's very easy to find people that are like that. And if you're negative minded, if you're angry, upset, or whatever it is, whatever negative emotion it is, you tend to find those people when you're in that way. Whatever I'm putting out is what I'm getting back. Nuggets, I have a good understanding for why this happens only now. Before, I just thought it was just luck, or I don't know, some sort of universe thing. But I think I've got a better theory now. Every single person, and I've talked about this before, has someone they are more kind with, someone they're more maybe brutal with, someone they're more angry with, someone they are different people for different people, right? So who you are for your kids is a different person than you're going to be for your best friend or your mum or your dad. You're going to be different people ever so slightly, yes, ever so slightly for whoever is in front of you. And this applies for a complete stranger as well. Now, who they're going to be determines on who they see you being, because normally a mirror image is the best way. If you see an old couple on the street, you think, oh, that's sweet. You lower your tone, you might throw a very light smile, right? If you see people that look like they're a bit aggressive and they're got their hoods up and they're looking a bit angry, you might mirror that image. You might look a bit bigger, might look a bit tougher, maybe look a bit angrier. And so in just even saying that, it makes complete sense to why if you are a certain emotion or you're acting a certain way, you will get that right back. I think to say that every stranger you come up against, every stranger you meet will imitate what they see in you. Obviously, this is not all the cases, right? You could be living life happy days and someone come along and be angry, right? And you might imitate them instead, right? But for the most part, what I've noticed is the happy emotion or the joyful emotion normally overwrites all the other emotions. So that's like in a day-to-day situation, right? You go out, you're happy, you attract happiness. If you go out, you're angry, you want to fight, you gotta find a fight, right? But I want to talk about in who you are, what type of person you are will attract people that are similar to you or have similar morals or similar temperaments, if you will. That's not to say that your whole friend group are going to be the exact same person, no. But you have a baseline of what types of people you hang around with. I think it's very easy to tell who someone is based on who they choose to be around. Choosing who you want to be around is a very big decision. It's like the family that you get to choose. You don't get to choose who your dad is, who your mum is, who your sibling is, but you do get to choose who you spend your additional time with, right? Friends, your partner even. And I would always really assess that really closely, because who your friends are is probably who you're going to be, or very similar. Right? That doesn't mean that everyone's going to be the same person in your friend group, but you have similar morals, similar things that you go by, things you do and you don't do, right? You may have disagreements, and you may have one angrier friend, and you might have a happier, more goofier. Yes, of course, but overall, there's a point where they all say no and they all say yes on things that you do and you don't do. And I think that's very, very important. Also, it can, as I said, you might throw up this happy face, this joyful face, and people might imitate you, but you are just human. You're not going to be able to do that all the time. You will imitate others as well, and most of the time that'll be through friends, which you can choose, and family, which you can't. So what I would say is, in the people that you can choose, try to have them be a good role model, a good place for you to imitate. Does that make sense? I think so. Anyway, I'm a big believer in wherever it is, whether my theory is right or it's just the universe doing its thing. Whatever you put out, you will get back. It goes for nearly everything. Talk to you guys tomorrow.